Let's welcome to the show Congressman Doug Collins of Georgia. He's on House Judiciary. Great to see you, Congressman. Your reaction to this presser here?
My reaction is wow. This is a president who actually has energy. This is a president who takes on all questions and all comers, and he processes information and gives it back. Could there not be, Liz, a better transition or a better contrast than someone hiding in the basement, wearing a mask, never answering questions, barely staying awake, to a president who is active, who's on top of it, who's getting our vaccines done, he's pushing to fix the COVID-19 issue, but also get our economy back, and calling people out as he goes. This was another example of just a president who needs to be reelected because he's actually working for this country, and he's doing so in a very powerful way.
You know, the president is pushing back hard on the Bob Woodward book. He had the town hall last night on ABC talking about his COVID-19 response. We're doing the coverage here of what the Democrats' response was to COVID-19 earlier in the year. The Democrats never called for a border shutdown. They never talked about a travel ban on China or Europe. Joe Biden, the next day after President Trump announced that, said it's xenophobic hysteria. Your reaction?
My reaction is this is exactly what this is all about politics, Liz. We've talked about this for years. This election has only been about trying to unseat Donald Trump. So when the virus first started, Donald Trump actually started taking steps that worked. He stopped China. He stopped the flights coming in. He saved lives. He began the process of setting up a task force, saved lives. What was the Democrats doing? Nancy Pelosi was giving guided tours of Chinatown, asking everybody to come. And I think this just shows the example here that they are not concerned about solving the problem. They're concerned about making a problem, and they're trying to blame Donald Trump for everything. So again, if the mainstream media and others are not willing to report the hypocrisy, just blatant hypocrisy of the Democrats on this, they shouldn't report what they're saying now about the president, because frankly, it's all about politics, and the president's actually doing something while they're simply standing on the sidelines whining.
Let's move on to this news breaking today. Senate Homeland Security, led by Republican Senator Ron Johnson, voted to authorize subpoenas and depositions for 41 Obama administration officials to testify about the FBI's botched Trump-Russia probe, unmasking of Trump team members, media leaks, the Biden's conflicts of interest. Your reaction to that news?
I'm excited. It's about time. We got to get to the bottom of this. We've been doing this for a long time. I'm glad to see the senator is actually stepping up and issuing these subpoenas.
What do you want to hear from James Comey, John Brennan, James Clapper, Susan Rice? A whole list here. Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Bruce Orr. There's a lot of people that's going to be subpoenaed. Samantha Power, Dennis McDonough. What do you want to hear?
The truth would be nice from any one of those, because they've been deceiving and keeping the truth from the public for a long time. You take these folks, and plus the ones who just swiped their phones and made sure that they were all wiped, memories were all wiped. I want to start seeing these folks tell the truth and not trying to pretend to the American people that they're patriots while they're actually undermining our federal government and undermining a president and a candidate at a time. I want to see Jim Comey actually trying to tell the truth for once.
Yeah, the Senate panel can also subpoena documents as well. What do you want to see?
I want to see the background. I want to see what was actually going on. Every time that we've been talking about this, and Liz, we've talked about the documents, we've talked about the forged, basically the misrepresented documents to the court. Let's see all of the documentation. Let's see everything that has not been given over, because it seems like every time we ask, we get a little bit more. So it's time to see the whole truth here, because what we've already seen shows that there was a conspiracy, a cover-up going on at Department of Justice under Comey and Clapper and Brennan and the rest of them to take down a candidate and then to take down a president. I want to see all the documents so the American people can see what actually was going on in a politicized DOJ.
All right, Congressman Doug Collins, great to have you on. Thanks so much for playing ball there.